Welcome back to WIS News Primetime. Huntington's disease affects over 40,000 Americans today. It is categorized as a brain disease that is inherited genetically. And this Sunday, the Huntington Disease Society of America's South Carolina affiliates will dress head to toe in blue and host a walk and run for hope. Joining us is HDSA's Joe LaPaglia and Joyce Sereno. Joyce and Joe, thank you so much for being here with us today. So first off, we have a lot here and a lot to talk about, but first just tell us about what people can expect at this walk and run for hope.
So this is our 10th walk here in South Carolina, which we're very proud of. It is the signature walk or signature event, I should say, of Huntington's Disease Society of America. We hold over 100 of these each year across the country, and we have to date raised over $22 million. So we gather together people affected by Huntington's, caregivers, medical people, families. We gather together, we do a short walk so that it's compatible for people who have disabilities, and it's just about as much about bringing the people together for an event as it is about the walk. And then as part of it, we do this, we do our silent auction. We have amazing donors like the Oco Spa right down the street from you here has donated, Costco donated. We've had amazing donors that donate our items. We auction them as part of our fundraiser event.
Amazing, so a wonderful fundraising event. Now, for those who maybe aren't as familiar with Huntington's disease, can you all tell us a little bit about what that is exactly?
It's obviously a serious degenerative disease. There is no cure. It's a combination of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Lou Gehrig's disease. It's under-recognized by the public, but is a devastating disease. Many people call it the wrath of God. I hate to use that term, but because there is no cure. It is a genetic disease. So what happens is one person may have the disease, but families are affected because it just spreads throughout the families. So there are many, many people that are at risk who may or may not carry the gene. And unfortunately, this disease has been underfunded and under-recognized by the public.
Part of that is bringing awareness to it. Maybe people have either heard of it but don't know much about it, or have not even heard about it in the first place. Is that kind of the experience y'all are seeing?
Definitely, and that's why we like to get the recognition from an event like the Team Hope Walk, because it does bring awareness. We have this philosophy that if we've taught one person about Huntington's each day, we are a total success. Some 40,000 people in the United States are affected with this disease at any given time, with about 200,000 at risk. In other words, they may or may not have inherited that gene for the disease. So we're talking about a large number in our world. It doesn't sound like a large number when you consider how many people are in the United States. So every time that we get an experience like this, thank you for having us to do this, and that we can educate people about what Huntington's disease is, it's a win for us.
What is your why? Why is this cause so important to you?
In my case, I'm at risk for this disease. I lost my dad and two sisters already to this disease. I don't know my gene status. I've chosen not to test. We have a test now that we can find out that we do or do not have the gene. I choose not to. Joe had a much worse experience.
Yeah, I am a family impacted from the disease. I became involved because of that. Most people are driven to participate.
Yeah.
So I am not at risk, but the family is at risk. So in a way, it's just a very difficult thing, and it affects your whole life because there is no cure. With cancer, with something else, you have hope that you're going to have treatment, but Huntington's is not. You may know, Woody Guthrie is the person, the celebrity that had Huntington's years ago, and his wife drove to found the society across the United States. But it's just a very difficult disease. There are hope. They've found the gene.
Right.
They have not found the gene for Parkinson's, et cetera. So that provides some hope that we can find markers, et cetera, to treat the disease. But It is a very, very devastating disease.
It really, and like y'all said, it impacts not just the one person, it impacts the families.
Right.
Now, this walk, obviously raising money as a fundraiser, is that going towards research for the disease? Where is that money going towards?
So all of the funds that we raise locally will go to our national organization of Huntington's Disease Society of America. And then those funds are distributed according to what our motto and our goal of our organization is. So care, cure. So research to look for a treatment and or a cure, and care in the meanwhile of the people who need it.
I just want to mention one thing. We're very proud. There are 38 chapters, and we were voted the chapter of the year. We were able to found 2 centers of excellence in the state of South Carolina to care for patients. Huge accomplishment. They're in hospitals here in the state, and they're centers of excellence. People can come, receive care, social, linguistics, whatever. But huge accomplishment for the South Carolina chapter. Absolutely.
That really is an incredible accomplishment. And like I was saying, it can be a very devastating disease because the cure isn't there yet, but I'm sure that relying on support is huge in this moment. And obviously going out to the walk or donating in different ways. The auction, the silent auction, which you have went over, this is another way to raise funds. Now the details of the walk, let's go over there. I think we could pull up.
Oh, great. Thank you for that.
Yes.
So Sunday at the Irmo Community Park, now they call it Moore Park,
Okay.
we'll begin registration at 1 o'clock. The
Okay.
walk begins at 2. We do a little warm-up exercise to loosen everybody up. We do the walk. We have a bounce house for the children. We have fun and games for the children. When we're all done, we'll have food and socializing, and then we'll do the drawing for the auction prizes
Amazing.
as well.
A wonderful event with such a wonderful cause. All of those details up on your screen right now. Oh, and we have to show, if we can get a close-up on the shirt. This
And
will be
we
available.
brought you a shirt so that
Oh,
you
my
can join us on
goodness.
Sunday, at least in wearing the shirt.
And blue
So,
is the color,
blue
right?
is the
Show your
color.
nails,
Blue
show
is the color.
everything. So
Absolutely.
definitely go out for such an incredible cause. Thank you both so much for being here and
Thank
speaking with
you.
us
Thank you for
about
taking
this.
the time to talk with us.
Absolutely. Well, the good news is that it's going to be beautiful weather, maybe a little cold though on Sunday. Let's throw things over to Eric Zernick. Hey, Eric.
Yeah, just might have some clouds and a little cool, but it should be dry.